then we have to realize that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the one who gives us our wealth. Therefore, there's a special mitzvah He commanded us. It's actually in this week's parasha. Lo alechem nevado yehya adam. It is not by bread alone that a man lives. Rather, on the word of Hashem is where we live. That our entire livelihood depends entirely on HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And we had a mitzvah to remember the man. The man, how they lived literally on the word of Hashem. That's how they survived. The Gemara Sechet Brachot says that we know that the blessings of the Birkat HaMazon, they were established by different Chachamim, different times. First blessing Moshe, second blessing Yoshua, then you have the blessing made afterwards by King David and Shlomo HaMelech, and then the rabbis made it in Tubav and Beitar and Tov Metiv. Everybody, different stages, different rabbis. And you say a joke, then what do you say after you spend a lot of money on Amazon? It's Birkat HaMazon, right? But the point over here is that we know that the first blessing of Azan et Hakol was made by Moshe Rabbeinu himself when they received the man in the desert. But then Yaakov asks, I don't understand. The circumstances change today. Why do we, in our generation, when we don't have man, still say a blessing that they made when they had the man? That blessing was for that time when they had man. We don't have man today, so why we still say the same text and the same bracha? So the answer is because nothing changed. We still receive our parnasah the same way they received it in the desert through the man, which means that every single day, he says, Kol hayom, he says, Oseh Hashem itbarach nisim nistarim la'achin mazon lechol briyotav. Hashem does multiple hidden miracles for us every single time to give us parnasah. We don't realize, the Gemara says, that a person who had the miracle happen to him, most of the time does not even realize the miracle happened for him. He doesn't know. Most of the time people get parnasah, they speak to a guy afterwards, he says, you know how you got that deal? Let me tell you how you got that deal. Happened to be this, and happened to be that, and then he bumped into you, and happened to be he called you, and I saw him, and I thought about you, and I said your name, and ended up being that there's miracles upon miracles of how this parnasah came to you. And you don't even realize most of the time. So therefore, you have to realize that the man was miraculous. Even how we get parnasah today is also miraculous. It's hidden, but it's miraculous. So therefore, they write over here, there's a man who was a businessman. He used to keep a glass jar of cotton balls on his desk. Why? Even though I don't have man today, this reminds me of the man. And therefore, I look at it when business is not going well, and I say, Mamash, I have to remind myself, and the man is from, and the parnasah is from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This is the attitude a person has to have. As the Ramban writes in the end of Parshat Bo, that a miracle happens to draw our attention to really the what? That everything's a miracle. Everything's from Hashem. What? It makes sense to you the oil should burn? Why? Who said oil should burn? Hashem said oil should burn. So vinegar could burn too. Says Yochanan ben Dosa, right? So therefore, we should realize the miracles are to remind us, hey, I'm HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I'm here, I really make everything work, every single thing in the world is a miracle too. So therefore, when they went into Eretz Yisrael and they had that last man they brought with them, we have to realize that it doesn't change. That same way Hashem acts to us and provides for us, it still exists. During the reign of the wicked king Achav, the prophet Eliyahu, he got upset and he made a decree the rain should stop falling. It's therefore causing the whole kingdom to go into a crisis. Then Yaakov says that he only stopped the rain. He did not stop the dew. Dew still came every single day. And it did not, it fell even if the rain didn't fall. The rain, which we believe a lot of times in Israel, is a miracle. In Israel, it's very hard to get rain, and they get it, it's a miracle. But the dew represents the things that we think are automatic. What do you mean? I know on the first of the month, my boss is going to send me my check, and I'm going to get in my direct deposit. I'm going to open my Chase. I'm going to see the money there. That's how it works. I don't need a HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Chaz v'Shalom. A person can say, my money's going to come. Don't worry. I'm going to open my store every single week, and the same suppliers buy from me. I'm going to make parnasah. No. The dew that represents the things that we think are automatic and when they're happenstance, no, you should know they are also considered a miracle as well. Sometimes it rains, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes there's open miracles, there's not, but HaKadosh Baruch Hu is always behind all the hidden miracles. And that's why you notice the man, how did it fall? It didn't fall straight onto the ground. It fell covered with dew. To remind them, you should know, the open miracles, which is the man, is the same as the dew. The dew is the same. The hidden miracles are also from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Therefore, when we have the bread, we need to cover it with a plate under, a board under, challah board on Shabbat, and a Shabbat covering on top to remind us that on the day of Shabbat, the beginning of the week. Everything you make this week, just like the dew, you think you deserve it, you think it's going to come automatic. There's no givens when it comes to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Everything is a miracle we have to appreciate, and therefore we have to realize everything is in the hand of Hashem.